Hi everyone! Today I would like to share with you about pimple patches.
Do hit the subscribe button if you have not already done so.
Pimple patches are an incredible invention because they not only help to cover up the areas that are inflamed and infected, they also prevent you from dirtying it further by being covered and not exposed to the air around or even your fingers, because I guess sometimes we can't help but to touch our faces and this could cause even more bacteria and germs to be on the infected area. So I really like pimple patches because I will proudly wear them out in public, not just cover up and make it less obvious, but also to speed the healing process at the same time. Although sometimes when you put on a patch for too long, or some patches the adhesive is not so strong and they don't adhere to the skin very well, they tend to become a little obvious on the skin, and it does cause some embarrassing moments when people are like, "What's that on your face?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a pimple patch," because clearly I have pimples, especially during the time of the month when my hormones are a little bit more active. The problem area is usually my chin area, and today I want to talk about pimple patches because during this period of lockdown, or should I say stay at home, it's not a complete lockdown yet because we are still allowed to go out to buy essentials like food and etc. But basically, ever since Singapore's circuit breaker measures started on early April, I have been at home most of the time during this circuit breaker period because I don't have to get up early for work anymore. I tend to then sleep later than I usually do, past like 1-2 a.m. Sometimes I sleep at 3 or 4 a.m. and there was once I slept at 5 a.m. So all these late sleeping habits and also the diet, I've been snacking a lot more at home because sometimes you're just bored and you just want something to munch on. So I have like a whole box of snacks that it's just right at the side, which I will just reach for whenever I feel like snacking, whenever I feel bored. And so all these unhealthy sleeping habits, unhealthy eating diets, coupled together with my time of the month, has resulted in a very unpretty looking chin. As you can see, I had this outbreak at the beginning of the circuit breaker. It's already healing now, and you can see there's some hyperpigmentation, which I am using a lot of Centella Asiatica products to try to get rid of the scars quicker. And I have some other breakouts here. This is the really serious one that I want to kind of talk about today, and these two which are not so serious but still quite bad, and also like some little spots here and there. Basically my skin is quite shit during this whole period because cannot go for facial. Everything is just irregular routines that are causing all these breakouts. So long story short, I just want to talk about the pimple patches that really help to speed up the whole process. So today I want to talk about two pimple patches that I got off Shopee. The first is actually my holy grail. It's this Acropass Trouble Cure patches. So this is actually a microneedle patch, which says it helps to reduce skin trouble and breakouts by delivering ingredients directly into the skin. So what this does is that in each piece of pimple patch, there are like micro needles that you can feel and actually see. And so they are supposed to deliver the skincare ingredients right into the trouble area. And it's more potent and more powerful than other normal pimple patches that you can get off the market. These are the pimple patches. So there's 3 here. It comes in 2 strips, so there's 6 of them. And it also comes with this skin cleanser that you're supposed to use before you put on the pimple patch to help to prep the skin area. So I'm gonna show you what the patches look like now. This is like a piece of cotton pad that is already wet with product. It actually smells a bit like alcohol, but I think they have some ingredients inside that help to also calm the skin down. So I'm just going to clean this area that I'm going to put a patch on, and I'm going to remove one of these pimple patches. So this is how it looks like. You can see the needles that are on the pimple patches. So if you actually touch them, which you are advised not to because you may dirty the patch, you can feel these tiny little needles on the patch, and when you apply the patch on your skin, you can actually feel some pain, especially if your pimple is quite raw and fresh. So it feels like it's kind of like working for me because I can feel the needles actually dissolving into the pimple itself. So I'm now going to put on this pimple patch. So it looks like this close up, and I will make sure that the area where the needles are located are right on my pimple. So this is how it looks like when you stick the pimple patch on. And if you clean and prep the area well enough after all your skincare, you can feel it really sticking well to the area. And you just kind of lightly press it a bit to kind of like release the ingredients into the pimple. That's what I like to think anyway. So this is not my first time trying this. This is like my holy grail microneedle pimple patch, and I always use this when I have like those hormonal cystic acne that you can feel like all these bumps under the skin, but there are no heads appearing yet. So those are the kinds that usually take very long to ripen and then to reveal the heads before, you know, all the pus and blood will come out before the acne can start to recover. So what I like about this is that it helps to speed up the whole process of the pimple ripening and the heads appearing. And usually for me, for acne of this size, you can usually see multiple heads around. So this was on Monday before I used the pimple patches, and the next day you can see that it has ripened further, meaning that the pimple is really starting to heal itself, and all these things just need to be expelled out of the area. So yeah, they actually look pretty gross. That was Tuesday, and then I was out of pimple patches for a few days while waiting for my new stocks to arrive, and they came a few days ago, which is why I thought I wanted to document the process to show you how these patches help to heal such acne, and also to talk about a new pimple patch that I'm trying for the first time, and that is the Dr Wonder Pimple Patch in white. It comes in different colors. There's pink, there's mint, and then there's white. And I chose the white one because it is supposed to have some whitening effect as well. So I imagine that will help to lighten the acne scar after the acne recovers, which is why I went for this. I'm not sure what the pink and the mint do. So they come in two different sizes. This is a 12mm patch, and this is the size of the patches. And this is the 10mm patches, which look like this. So if we compare the size, you can see that it's quite a significant difference in size. I find that this is actually quite handy and good enough for most of my acne that the heads are revealed. So usually I would like to put on such pimple patches when the heads are revealed and you can see that there are pus waiting to be squeezed out. Yeah, but I don't want to squeeze them because I'm afraid that I will accidentally scar myself or something. So I like to put this kind of pimple patches to kind of like suck out the pus and the gunk, and usually after a few hours, or even, you know, when you gently press the patch down, it kind of like bursts the area, and then the patch will kind of start to suck all this pus and blood out, and it's actually quite satisfying to watch when you peel it out and you can see all that pus and blood that is gathered on the patch itself. So this is why I like to use pimple patches also. These two acne, one has quite a big bump, which is this one, and the head hasn't shown yet. And this one, the bump is starting to show a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, for the one that has no bump yet, I am going to use the microneedle patch. Oh, before I put the big one, I think I'm going to put the small one first so that the big one can stick over the small one. I'm going to use the 10mm patch on this one. It comes off easily like this. Okay, it's stuck on already. Now I'm going to stick the big one over this one. I'm going to use one of this. So just make sure that the area where the needles are cover the acne. And yes, I'm set. Okay, so about this Dr. Wonder Pimple Patch, right? I've always been seeing them on Instagram sponsored ads. So they are always showing videos of how this sticker is completely invisible on the skin and it adheres so well. The corners don't come peeling off like most pimple patches do, especially after a period of time once they suck up too much oil and gunk. So I thought it would be a good time to try it out. And so far, I am liking it because it really does adhere very well. Of course, you must use the correct size patch for the correct acne. So because sometimes if the acne is too big and the patch is too small, obviously it's not going to stick very well. But if you choose the size appropriately, like for example the 10mm for this acne is really like just nice. So so the center area where the skincare ingredients are, it covers the acne completely, and then the outer part where it's just where the sticky part is adheres very well around the acne. So I've worn it for like the whole day actually, from morning till at night when I do my night nighttime skincare routine. It has been sticking very well and I have been quite impressed. But even through my workouts and my, you know, sweating from my exercise and all that, it still sticks very well. So these are my first thoughts about it. And also I do find that it really helps to suck out a lot of the gunk and the pus and the blood. And yeah, so far I'm really quite liking it. In fact, I may even prefer this to the Cosrx one that I've been using religiously for the past few years. So the Cosrx one are good, but they are harder to wear out because they are thicker, and after they absorb some of the oil and pus, it becomes quite obvious that there is something like just sticking there, because once it gets very oily from the gum, right, it just doesn't stick so well, so it kind of like opens up a little. But so far this is very good, and I think I'll probably wear this out with no problem at all. Like, I think we can easily put makeup over this. Of course, I can't really test it out because I've not been wearing makeup at home this circuit breaker period. So yeah, these are my first thoughts about the Dr. Wonder Pimple Patch, and I think it's not bad. I want to check back tomorrow morning to show you how it looks like when I peel off the patches. Okay, see you tomorrow. Good morning everyone. So it's the next day and I just woke up. I filmed whatever that happened last night at around 1 AM and then I couldn't sleep all the way until 6 AM. So I only slept after 6 AM and the time now is about 1:30 PM. So it's been about 12 hours since I put on the patches. Can you see the patches are holding up so well? Like you almost can't see them. So anyway, I'm going to remove them for you to see. This is how they look like after removal. I don't know if you can see that it's actually oily. Okay, so anyway, these two don't really have any pus or anything like that. So let me remove the other one. Okay, this one doesn't really have much of a pus also. That's disappointing because usually when I wake up, there's usually some like pus and blood on it. But I guess this one is really starting to heal, so not that much of a pus anymore. But anyway, I'm going to go wash up now and see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I've washed up, I've eaten my brunch, and here is how the acne looks like right now after my skincare and everything. There's a little bit of like the heads recovering here, so I think I'm going to use the Dr. Wonder Pimple Patch for the day to see how. So one for here. This part is like quite dried up, so I'm not going to put anything here. I hear someone at the door. Wait. No! Look who came to disturb me. Hi! Say hi, baby. Love you. Okay, so I'm going to leave this on till tonight. We'll see if it sucks anything out today. See you later. Hi everyone, so I'm back here to check in to show you how this pimple patch has been lasting on my face for the past 8.5 hours. So I put this on at about 1:30 PM this afternoon and the time now is about 10 PM. So you can see that it's still sticking very well without any like peeling off or whatever. And actually, you know, if not for the color of my pimple, right, from far you can't actually tell that there's any pimple patch on it. So this is how the Dr. Wonder Pimple Patch looks like. Yeah, just can't stand my acne riddled chin right now. All this quickly go away soon. Okay, I'll check back later after I've showered, washed up, and done my nighttime skincare routine. Catch you later. Alright, so I've got my patches on, my skincare done, and my patches on. One here, one Dr. Wonder here, and one needle one over the Dr. Wonder for the two acne that were here, and now I am going to sleep. Good night, everybody. Let's see how this appears tomorrow. Okay, so today I put on 4 pimple patches, one small Dr. Wonder one for this side, and one bigger Dr. Wonder Pimple Patch for this side where there's like 2 heads next to each other, one small Dr. Wonder Pimple Patch for this on top and which kind of show its head already, and one Acropass microneedle patch for this one, which I can feel the bump but no head is appearing yet. So yeah, decided to stop using the needle for this side because since all the heads are showing out and I just want to suck all the pus and dirty stuff from the heads on this side. So usually I will save the needle patches for bumps that have no head showing yet. Please let the head appear soon. This has been here for like I think 1 or 2 weeks and the head is nowhere to be seen. So yep, I'm gonna sleep now. Good night. Good morning. I just got out of bed and I'm going to go wash up. But before that, I'll show you the pimple patches in the morning. This one looks like it has captured a bit of pus. So let's take a look. And I think they collected some pus from here. And then, see. You can literally see how oily my skin is when I wake up in the morning. The bumps are going down slightly already. And this one is also flattening out. Just need to heal this area. I'm gonna go wash up. Checking in on my chin breakout. Today is Sunday. The time when I first started the filming video was I think a Monday or maybe it could be last Sunday. So it's been about a week and this has very obviously flattened down already. So all you see now are like the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, also called PIH, same as this one here. So these two are going to need some time to recover and lighten and fade out. The pimple patches have worked well on this acne. And this has gotten smaller for sure, but there seems to be some whitehead, covered whitehead that I don't know how to get rid of, but it's definitely smaller. And this has just been quite stubborn despite daily use. It doesn't hurt anymore, but you can still feel this slight bump underneath, and I think I'm gonna try to continue using the needle patches for this. And so like there's no head, no eye appearing for the pus to come out, so it's all along been a very under the skin kind of bump. So I am going to continue to use the needle patches and give it another few days or maybe a week and see how it goes. Hi guys, I am back here to update on my acne situation around my chin. So if you remember the last time I talked about having this very big acne down here and also a recovering acne over here, and also 2 smaller acne over here. For about a week plus, I was religiously using the pimple patches and the Dr. Wonder patches that I mentioned, and they really did work after some time. So I think after about a week and a half of usage, I decided to stop with it because there was like, it felt like it has sucked almost everything out and it was quite flat already. So I just continued using my recovery cream from Accent, which has a lot of Asiatica centella extract to help to recover and I guess to help to lighten the dark spots, which is the hyperpigmentation. It's called PIH, which stands for post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So as you can see, I have this a few dark spots over here, so I've just been using the cream to lighten them, and I think they did improve slightly over the past week. So just to talk about my experience using the patches, I think they work very well, and they are not miracles. They will not like heal your pimple or your acne overnight, but they definitely help to reduce the swelling, and they help to suck out all the pus that are gathered inside the pimple, and even like the blood that will come out sometimes. So I don't want to squeeze it in case I risk scarring it, but this really helps to suck out everything without me having to squeeze it. So I think that helps in making the pimple recover faster. So I would really highly recommend these patches to you guys. You can get them off Shopee if you are based in Singapore. I actually have a promo code that I am happy to share with all of you. So for new users of Shopee, you can get $7 off your total order with a minimum of $15 spent. And I really encourage you to try out the microneedle patches if you have huge acne like me, or if you have small little pimples like this, you could also try the Dr Wonder patches. And I hope you will enjoy using these pimple patches and that they will help you in helping your acne recover. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye!